Psyche was goddess of the heart and soul. She married Eros, the son of Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. But before that, Aphrodite became very jealous of Psyche. Let me tell you the story. Originally, Psyche was human. Even though she was just a human, she was so beautiful that everyone who saw her said she was even more beautiful than Aphrodite. People stopped going to Aphrodite's temple. Instead, they brought flowers and gifts to Psyche. Soon, Aphrodite's temple became quiet and empty. Watching this, Aphrodite finally became furious. To punish Psyche, she called her son Eros.
Eros, shoot that arrogant Psyche with your arrow of love. Make her fall in love with the ugliest man in the world.
Eros was the god of love. Anyone who was struck by his arrow would fall deeply in love. So he went to find Psyche. When he found her, she was fast asleep. He looked at her face and was completely shocked by her beauty. At that moment, something unexpected happened. By accident, Eros pricked himself with his own arrow. He was struck by the arrow of love. And the moment he looked at Psyche, he fell in love with her. Eros, who had appeared as a child, transformed into an adult the moment he fell in love. Because of this, he couldn't bear to let Psyche marry another mortal. So, to prevent anyone from proposing to her, he dropped a magical potion onto her lips. After that, no one ever asked for her hand in marriage. Time passed. The king found it strange that no one proposed to his beautiful daughter. At last, he went to the temple of Apollo to seek guidance. The oracle declared,
"That maiden is not destined to marry a mortal. Her future husband waits upon a mountain peak. Take her there."
The king was shocked when he heard this, but Psyche was calm.
I will follow my destiny. Will you take me to the mountain mentioned in the oracle?
Zephyrus, the god of the west wind, who had been waiting atop the mountain, carried Psyche to the palace. There were invisible maidservants, and the palace itself was truly magnificent. Psyche's husband only visited at night, vanishing swiftly while she slept. After several days, Psyche grew terribly curious about her husband's face.
My dear, please show me your face just once. I long to see you so much.
It cannot be. Do not be curious.
She could no longer plead with her husband, who refused her outright. Then Psyche invited her sisters to the castle. Her sisters were shocked to find Psyche alive, as they had believed she was dead. They were also intensely jealous that she lived in such a magnificent castle. They began to sow discord between Psyche and her husband.
He definitely won't show his face. He must be a monster. That monster is probably waiting to devour you when you let your guard down.
Before the monster kills you, you must strike first. At night, when your husband is asleep, check his face. If he really is a monster, hide the dagger and kill him.
That night, Psyche fell for her sister's trick. Holding a dagger and a candle, she approached her sleeping husband. She held up the candle to see his face, only to find an unexpectedly beautiful, fair-haired, handsome man lying there. It was Eros, the god of love.
Oh my husband is Lord Eros. He is truly handsome.
But then, a drop of hot wax fell onto his shoulder, and Eros suddenly woke up.
Ah, Psyche, I told you not to be so curious. But in the end, love cannot live in a heart filled with doubt.
With these words, Eros left. Psyche went to see Aphrodite, her mother-in-law, to retrieve her runaway husband, Eros. She begged and pleaded until her hands and feet ached. But Aphrodite, who had long disliked Psyche, would not grant her wish so easily.
Because of you, our Eros suffered both physical and emotional wounds. I would rather not forgive you at all. But just this once, if you complete 3 tasks I assign, I will forgive you.
The first task Aphrodite gave her was to sort the grains in the granary. She had to separate the wheat, barley, millet, and beans by that evening. Psyche worked hard. As she stood there, tears streaming down her face, Eros, who had been watching her, sent ants to help with the sorting. Though Eros had left because he was hurt by Psyche, his love for her still remained. By evening, Aphrodite came to the storehouse, feeling pleased and expecting to scold Psyche. But the storehouse was already perfectly organized. Aphrodite instantly realized that Eros had intervened.
Eros, helping her with this. Ugh!
The second task she assigned was to gather the fleece of the golden sheep. These sheep were ferocious creatures, capable of easily killing humans. Unaware of the danger, Psyche went to find the sheep. As she tried to cross the river, the voice of the river god reached her.
Do those sheep look gentle? Absolutely not. If you get too close, you will die. Wait until sunset, when all the sheep have returned. Then gather the wool caught on tree stumps or bushes. Wait.
Psyche waited as the river god had instructed and was able to safely retrieve the fleece. Finally, the most difficult mission. She had to descend into the underworld and bring back a little beauty from Persephone. She gave Charon, the ferryman of the river Styx, a single coin as payment, tossed bread to Cerberus, and finally met Persephone to obtain the box containing beauty. But Persephone said this:
You must never open that box.
She promised she wouldn't, but in the end, she opened it anyway. The truth was, the box did not hold beauty, but eternal sleep. Falling into eternal sleep meant death. Right there, Psyche fell into a deep slumber, and Eros sprang into action. He succeeded in waking her by lightly pricking her with one of his arrows. After that, Psyche and Eros were formally married. Psyche drank the nectar of the gods and was reborn as a goddess, and at that moment, butterfly wings sprouted from her back.